Hello there, Ringside crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana here.
This is Alfie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Tamaku.
Inside Ring!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dicker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Tasman is sad.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third. And now from the top of Metal Mountain all the way down to all 50 states and the globe, it's the Happy Heel himself, the Metal Geek.
Wait, first of all, before I say this right now, I just want to apologize because we just had some technical difficulties, but we're all good to go. Everything is good. We thank everybody for their patience. But what's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today?
Sorry, happy Monday, dudes. Sorry, Monday's not happy. Happy Monday.
So let me introduce the guest. This guest was so awesome last year. We had to bring him back. So let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome back to our guest, the Hellhound himself, Jason Hyde.
Hello. I've just realised I popped up like a whack-a-mole there. It'd be great if somebody just came in the side and cracked me one. That'd be beautiful. Hello.
Yeah, welcome back, Jason. And also, it's so hilarious. It's UK Wrestling Month, so you represent Scotland. Yay.
Scotland.
I'm very proud to represent Scotland, although I live in one of the worst parts of Scotland, so I don't know about like the closer region, but I'm all right with representing the entirety of Scotland.
Yay. Oh, we are so happy to have you back, Jason. So what have you been up to since the last time we all hung out?
Well, actually, in wrestling, very little. There was still COVID happening the last time I was on. I believe that was still the kind of main thing. And then I come back when wrestling resumed from that, and then I got myself injured. So I don't actually know if I got myself injured in that period or if an old injuries kind of just come back or something. But I had to go away for about 10 months or so is how long I've been away. But in that time, I've actually been busy. I did a bit of voice acting. I was doing some voice acting. It's like kind of, one of it was just a video game, what I done it on, and that's kind of, which was the particularly good part about that is I was a Scottish character, so I didn't need to put on an accent. I was just kind of me, but way a bit lower because my voice still sounds like I'm like just about to hit puberty if I'm lucky.
Oh, jeez.
So I've been doing a bunch of that, and then apart from that, just video games and watching all of the cool TV shows like everybody else. Apart from that, nothing though.
Yeah. Well, at least we know you're back from your injury, and we're
feeling better.
We're feeling better. We would hate to know that would take out like your career. You know, what I mean, wrestling is what.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. I've just been cleared recently, so that's me back training. I went and kind of just went up and kind of sat by and just kind of I had to go for firstly, the reason I was there is to actually find where the gym was because it's a new place. So I had to find it. So I just went in and kind of visited for a wee bit. And then hopefully back in a week today, and then it's a kind of phased return, so I don't know when I'll be back in the ring, but I'm hoping it's quite quick because I feel ready and I feel very. I mean, it's still I still get the normal aches and pains and else, but I feel fine. And I'm just dying to do it again, man.
Yeah. So I know you've been doing some podcasting for a little bit. So are you still continuing that, or that was the
That's
last time?
coming back, yeah. Honestly, the reason that I didn't do it when I was away is that I'm just really busy, man. Like, I had a bunch of stuff going on, not even related to any kind of pursuits, just in my personal life, and it just kind of fell by the wayside. But I've got sorted a sponsorship that I can kind of put on it, so that's the first phase in bringing it back. But it's going to be very different and very. Firstly, it's not really going to be a wrestling podcast. There'll probably be wrestlers on it and stuff like that. But the purpose of it isn't really to talk about wrestling. It's just to kind of talk and hopefully be funny. And I've got friends that do like acting and stand up comedy and stuff. So like, there's so many more entertaining. No, the wrestlers aren't entertaining. Obviously they are, but like, there's other entertaining people that I could have on. And there's also like a studio that we can go to now, so it's going to be like more professional and good, despite the fact that I didn't really mind that the last version of it wasn't that professional and good, because it was kind of the point. I just kind of, somebody called it, although there was somebody who said it was punk rock, and I was like, no, don't do that. People will hate me if you say that, just because you're saying it's bad.
All right. So the last time we talked, you pretty much hate everything, right? Is there any new things that you hate now?
My man. Boy, is there new things that I hate, right? So firstly, I don't know why this is a thing, right? But see how when, like, you'll be on Twitter, right? And you'll be, like, scrolling, and it'll just be the normal Twitter stuff. Did this today, stuff I don't care about, stuff I don't care about, stuff I don't care about. And then for some weird reason, right, Twitter just gives you, like, one of those things you may follow him. Like, it's kind of like algorithm based, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they never get it right at all. Because today, for like the fourth time in a row, I was like, you might be interested in these feminine hygiene products. I'm not interested in feminine hygiene products. I'm neither feminine nor hygienic. Wait. No, I'm hygienic. Sorry, that was a lie. But I'm not feminine. I don't need them.
Oh no.
You know what you could do? You could take some of those hygiene products, and if you're a heel, you could be like, for some reason, you could be like, go into the front row and say, "Hey, you wrestling fans, you smell. You need some hygiene."
Smell.
Fair enough, man. I don't know what one of them would get me punched quicker. To be fair, though, some sort of powder or something, I suppose, would work.
Some wrestling fans, if you ever seen that video, guys, of the wrestler coming over to the front row, the really big guy, black guy, he headbutts the wrestler.
I think I seen that actually on Twitter. Is that when, like, and then the wrestler kind of just dive right across and does the appropriate actions? I suppose. I know I condone it, but it's exactly what I would have probably done given the situation as well.
Anywhere else I know in the world, that man would have destroyed. Like, he would have been mauled by that wrestler.
I know, like, if people are saying like there's anything wrong with like retaliating like that, I think yes, like there's something to be said for not being violent, whatever. But at the same time, anywhere else, like if somebody did that to an accountant, nobody would bat an eye if the accountant just started mauling the person.
Yeah.
I might just go and try it, just go and stick them up right in an accountant, see what happens.
I'm just going to go to a show next time, Geek, and I'm going to headbutt a wrestler. I'm just going to headbutt him. Bang! And then I'm going to say, everybody, follow my podcast as I'm being arrested and taken out of the arena.
I think we did that once, and one of the wrestlers, like, tried to block you, dude. Yeah, it's like, no, follow my Instagram. Remember?
What?
I remember what you shouted out on one of the wrestlers' vlogs, Joe. Not to say names, but you shouted out. He's like, follow my podcast, Dudes at Ringside. He's like, no, don't follow his podcast, right?
Oh,
did anybody follow it though? That's the real question. Did it work?
A lot of people, yeah.
Nice.
It's funny.
As long as it worked, then that's not so bad.
It's funny when the first time we went to a show on Long Island, not name dropping. I'm gonna put my computer on. We went to the show. No one knew who we were, and then I'm almost scared to go back to that show again now because we're so well known now, and people actually go. Geek goes all the time. I'm afraid for us to both be there, and I don't know. We're gonna mess up the algorithms in the room. All the wrestlers will be like, buy me merch, buy me merch, buy me merch. And the wrestling fans and knows will be like, buy me.
Oh, they're here.
I don't need this T-shirt. I'm gonna go after their stickers. What the hell's wrong with you people?
Oh no! See, I will show my merch anywhere, man. I once did actually offer. I was like, somebody was like, "Oh, is that your T-shirt?" I was like, "Yes." No. Do you have any? I'll buy one. And I was like, "You can just buy this one I'm wearing if you want," and just sold them the T-shirt I was wearing.
Yeah.
So I will get those sales anywhere, anytime. I just need to be making that money.
Yeah,
To
Care
feed my
Bear
chocolate
says
milk addiction.
there's a reason why we don't touch the wrestlers in our show.
Yes. Totally. Like,
because they're stinky men is why.
Yeah, and like after seeing that video, I'm like, is it there may be a reason why they need to start doing like the hockey where they put the friggin' plastic around the ring like for like a hockey event.
I think they've done that for the Thunderdome, didn't they? Remember that stupid Thunderdome thing they did for Raw a couple of years ago?
Oh yeah.
See, I went to WrestleMania 33. I think we spoke about this in the last time I was on. Yeah. I went to Mania 33, and
I was there too.
This is like kind of by and the by, but there was a guy sitting just next to us. We'd flew all the way from Scotland to Florida, and the guy sitting next to us lived like 20 minutes away from where I am right now. So that was a weird coincidence. But then it was like the guy and his son. And his son was genuinely upset that, like, you know, those holograms that they put on, like, if you're watching, like, Raw, and, like, when someone's doing their entrance, like, if Roman does it, there's, like, a bronze, like, statue hologram comes up on the screen. This child was genuinely upset that wasn't real. It was like he found out about Santa. No offense if nobody knows about Santa. There's a lot of personal problems.
You're bringing the kayfabe right now, Jason.
That kid's heart. We watched. You mean like. You were pretty much Bart Simpson, and
the Simpsons episode. I know what you're talking about. The Simpsons. This is where his heart stops.
We watched his heart break in live time. Like, just watched the heart just crumple into like 1,000 pieces next to his shoes.
It's something close to that, at least. See, that's weird. I'm actually into like everything, like TV shows wise. I tend to have seen everything. I have never ever cared for The Simpsons. What? That's probably the most healed characteristic about me is that I don't like The Simpsons. People go nuts at that, man. They hate it.
You need to make a T-shirt with you punching Bart Simpson in the stomach. Said, "I hate The Simpsons."
See, I think it's because I'm colorblind, so I can't enjoy the fact that they're yellow. So what's the point? Otherwise, it's just a family. It's just a family that's just chilling. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yellow family. Sign me up. But I can't see yellow, so what's the point in that?
And then that's not fun then.
No, it's not.
It's terrible. It's just paper drawings at that point. I only watch the news.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news. The news is like terrifying. I like horror movies and the news is too scary sometimes, man.
Somebody wrote he has such a Scottish accent.
Yes. Of course.
See, it slips sometimes because like how I'm speaking like now is not how I would speak to like a Scottish person. I had like there's loads of like different dialects and stuff, but so I'm making it a bit fancy just now. To, like,
okay.
Me would be laughing because it's like sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I hear Drew Galloway talk or Drew McIntyre, sorry, it gives me a wee kind of come on. I don't know where you're from, but there'll be no Drew slander. I love Drew, but his accent scares me sometimes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know where you wrestle. That's all.
Honestly, anywhere they'll have me. It's mostly Scotland, kind of England and stuff. But if somebody contacts me and says they want me to wrestle, I don't know, in like the Republic of Congo, I'm there. Just, I'll go. It's fine. I don't mind. I've got nothing better on, so anywhere and everywhere that will have me.
No, what promotions should you wrestle for? That's what they meant.
All right, so like, honestly, recently none. Previously, it was like the likes of Respect Pro Wrestling was the most recent home promotion I had, but they sadly closed their doors about May. It was. because the last show was called It's Got to Be May, and then there was a picture of Justin Timberlake from like the NSYNC video. Beautiful. So since then, I've just been training. Well, going back to training with Lou King Sharp at the Lou King Sharp Dojo of Excellence, which to this day, I will say that I'm sure I come up with that name idea.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I am now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on a sad note, I know WWE just released a couple of European talent. So I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, because hopefully that they rebrand it and everyone gets hired back. That's the goal, right?
I think it'd be great if that happened, but also at the same time, man, like it's like injecting a big boost into the UK independent wrestling scene as well. Those people will not struggle to get, like, they'll be absolutely fine if they don't get if they want to be rehired, then I really hope that happens for them. But if they don't, there is plenty of space for them. Like, there is many UK talents that weren't there when they were previously on the independent scenes here, who are now some of the biggest names in the independent scenes. For example, like Kez Evans, he's the ICW World Champion. Mm-hmm. He is now somebody that you'd want to come back to wrestle because he's made a name for himself in that time. So like, there's loads and that's just to name a few, man. There's so many. So there's a place for them here as well. But also, it'd be cool if there's something else. Like I've heard kind of like news sites talking about NXT Europe, and I think that would be really cool, especially just to get the European title back because I like that belt.
Oh, I love that belt too.
That belt, yeah. Beautiful, man. I think that was all.
I had it, but it was like the foam, like the strap was like the foam material. I think I had it then. Pretty sure I had my dad wear it or something. So many times.
I'm pretty sure that was Triple H's idea to say, you know what, we're going to scrap NXT UK, and then we're going to make it NXT Europe, and then he's going to bring the actual European title. I think this is all his plan.
There's like a name for it. It's like global localization or something they're calling it.
Yeah.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I have absolutely no idea.
No, we're just speculating. We're just speculating. What do we think could happen?
It's like, I know what it's called. I don't know what it is, but I know what it's called.
Watch. Our podcast is going to pop up on, like, No GQ tomorrow. Dude, the Ringside Podcast was saying something.
Dude, that Ringside Podcast says that Triple H says he's bringing back the European title.
We're like...
Really? Funny, man.
Huh?
I would love to take the blame for that. I think we should come up with a better rumor than that. Like the next challenger for Roman is like Hornswoggle or something, man. That's a better rumor to have. If there's any reporters watching this for any reason, you heard that here first. Yeah. The horniest of Swoggles is going to take on the head of the table, and I, for one, can't wait.
Oh, God, imagine that.
I'm going to link something right now. Jason Hyde's going to show up on Raw tonight, and he's going to face Roman Reigns.
Well, it starts in like what? It starts in 2 hours, and I'm pretty sure Canada is like a 10-hour flight, so I'm more than capable of that. Or I'm in the arena, actually. I've just built a bedroom set behind me.
Oh, God, imagine that.
You could. No, Jason has teleportation. He could teleport.
The ring just slides apart, and there's like, I don't know, Bobby Lashley's just walking about with his belt, being absolute solid. That man's scary big, isn't he? Like, seeing you look at Bobby Lashley, it frightens you. And like, even like, he seems like a perfectly nice guy, but you just look at him and you're like, if you, for any reason, got annoyed at me, I would die instantly. And it's frightening. It's a good wee thrill to have in your head.
Yeah.
I don't know where I went with that, to be honest. How did I get there?
Oh, geez. I think almost went to the bad place with that one.
No, yeah, I was certainly nearly looking at the lights, man. No, unfortunately, I can confirm I won't be on Raw tonight. But SmackDown? No, I won't be at SmackDown either.
Back in the day, everybody was...
You heard first. Jason said it. He will be on Raw tonight, folks. You watch.
I did say those words, but I did say it. I did say those words. But no, I will not. I will be. I'll be here actually, because that Triple H, he was on the phone, and he was like, "Big man, do you want to come to Raw? Do some bits and make loads of money. I was like, I can't. I've got dudes at ringside. And they were like, oh, right, no, fair enough. We would never have them cancel a show.
Yeah. They'd be like dudes there are plenty of dudes at ringside. You're right.
Yeah.
They have that on in Gorilla just to make sure they've got their finger in the pulse to the wrestling
I
fandom.
keep telling Geek that one day Michael Cole's gonna steal our name of our podcast. Yeah, we are the dudes at ringside.
No, you're not.
See, to be fair, that would fit. Like, if you hadn't already taken it, that would totally fit him and Pat's wee kind of friendship.
I would start suing. I'd be like, Mom, gonna need a lawsuit.
Mother, buy me a lawyer at once.
I'd record him as he's saying it because I could do that on my iPhone, like that, and be like, "Yep."
That noise happened at the perfect time.
Perfect time to sue.
Who are some of your dream guests you would love to have on your podcast, Jason?
Is this I take it this is people who are alive, because if it was not, then it would be so easy.
No. Like right now, like dream. Like I mean, it could be. We could do like a Forbidden Door one, then we could do an actual one.
Do you know? Previously, it would have been Taker, but every time he's on a podcast, I like him a wee bit less. So not Taker.
Oh, wow.
He's just like what's he talking about? He's like, oh, people used to stab each other, but now they just play video games. That's fine, Mark. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. He's probably the same type of guy that says that video games incite violence. What was I talking about? Aye, but it would have been The Undertaker. But if we're talking in wrestling terms, I would say probably MJF would be a good one, I suppose.
Wow, MJF.
I'd like to have MJF, especially now. If I could get an interview with MJF now, when nobody knows what's happening with him, I would probably not know how to make money off that and really rinse myself quite badly, but it'd be funny.
Yeah.
You'd probably get a lot of views because no one knows what's going on with them.
No one knows. Nobody knows.
Where do you stand? Do you think it's a work or are you? It has to be a work. The man swore on the television. I wouldn't have that.
He can't just be walking. There's no way.
I mean,
he's signed for a while.
See, I don't think I couldn't really put myself into his mindset, because if somebody offered me like half of what he was getting on the contract that he hates, I'd be like that. Of course I'll take that. Do you want me to clean your shoes as well? Like, I'll day in. Like, so I'll do it up today. But so I don't really get it. But no, I don't get, because what? I mean, what would be the point in keeping him off of TV for it's what, 2 months now? 3 months maybe?
That's a
moneymaker. It's been a while, man.
That's a moneymaker right there. The AEW is losing money by keeping him off the TV.
Although at the same time, man, he's come. If he done a big return, especially if they managed to keep that secret, that would be massive. People would flock to that. So I suppose there's reasons to believe both sides. I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know any side personally, to be fair. Me and Tony Khan have never spoken. I'm sure he's dead nice. He seems quite intense though, doesn't he?
Imagine that conversation, guys. Jason Hyde talking to Tony Khan. Wow, man, this is gonna be the greatest day ever. No, it's a crap day. It's Wednesday. What are you talking about?
It's like, I hate everything.
He's like, how could you hate everything? Everything is great.
Fair, I've grown as a person. I don't hate everything. I stopped hating some things and started hating new things. So I don't hate everything all at once, but I will or have at one point hate every single thing. But I'm more than happy to set that up for you.
It's like we're the doctors. At least he improved a little bit, right, Geek?
He improved.
I got better. I didn't get worse. Right? I didn't get worse with it. Although, saying that, I think I actually everybody got quite mellow and get into their fitness and stuff over lockdown, whereas I had my life didn't really change that much in terms of I would just sit most nights with whoever lived in the house or that. So I wasn't getting all the pure calmness and all that. So maybe I'll start hating things again soon. But for now I'm quite mellow on the subject of hating everything.
Sign him off if
So-
he doesn't.
Yeah, so the last time we were talking, I think you were talking about space and aliens and stuff like that, and because of the background you have.
See, it's a dangerous thing to say that because I can sit and talk. Like, I just know a bunch of pointless stuff about everything, but like space in particular, I just know a bunch of pointless stuff. And honestly, you'll have the longest episode of your podcast ever. I'll be sitting here
No,
4
Oh,
hours from now, just
I
telling you
wanna
how
hear-
time travel is actually possible.
I want to hear this now. I
And
can't
Time
bring
travel is possible. No, don't right. I'll shorten it down. But basically, when objects are like time passes at a different rate when it's moving at high speed. So in theory, if you could send a person in a rocket ship 5 light years out into space and 5 light years back at light speed, then 10 years would pass to them. But because the time would pass at a different rate on Earth, 27 years would have actually passed on Earth, but they would have only experienced 10 years and aged 10 years and stuff. So time travel is possible. You're welcome. And I done it in under a minute. That was impressive.
wow.
Well, now Now you got to do the long version.
I need to right. This sounds made up, but like to do that, I would need to get a move. I have a moving chair. I would need to get somebody to move my chair, a candle, and a small flame.
Oh god.
Which sounds like I've just made that up, but that is how they show it. They get a guy to move, and it shows the time bouncy thingy. Honestly, I seen this on a science show when I was like 8. I just remembered it. I just retain
wow.
weird stuff. Nothing useful.
Yeah. If that was us, I mean, like us me and Joe trying to figure out time travel. I think we mentioned this on the podcast before. Like that's me and Joe being Alan from The Hangover, like looking at math. Like,
No, that's he has it wrong, Jason. That's our stupid asses trying to figure out the time difference from the UK.
I found out when I was searching it today. I actually found out like because the daylight savings are at different times of the year. Sometimes it's a 4-hour time difference, and that sent me wild because how can the daylight savings be at the different times? It's the same sun.
yeah, I don't understand it.
Very
I never
upset by
understood-
the whole thing. To be honest, I might email Google and tell them to take it down. Delete this. Delete this. It upsets me, and now I'm crying.
I never.
Tell
Sorry.
Google to go into our followers and just put a 1/000 right there. Give Geek a heart attack the next day. Go in and be like, "Where's your phone?"
I swear that YouTube short I posted of Jason like introducing himself from the last episode, it got 400 views in 4 hours.
Well, I'm very honoured. Maybe they were just all me refreshing it because I love looking at myself.
Yeah.
It's like I'm Jason Hyde and I hate everything.
But see, people want to know more because they're like, why does he hate everything? The main question they always have is, does he hate me? And usually, if that's your first question, the answer would be yes, I do. Why is that your first question? Your first question should have been like, does he hate puppies? I don't hate puppies, by the way. Puppies are brand new.
And kitties, you can hate cats too. Cats are good.
Yeah, ever so spiffy. Who's it? Sorry.
I don't. Cats. It's like, what's the point? They hate you. They hate I don't need to hate a cat. The cat hates me. If you want a cat, the cat probably hates you.
Yeah.
Like they act like. And see, no. What the thing is, see people who are like cat owners, but like they're proper, like not the term crazy cat people, but like they're like really into the subject matter. They'll be the first people to tell you. They'll be like, "Oh, that's my cat Marvin. I hate him. He's such an idiot." And then they'll like cuddle him. It's the weirdest sensation I've ever had in my life. No, I don't like cats. I used to have a cat. I'm allergic to them. That's what I meant. But whatever. My words are all over the place today.
So at least we know you don't hate the puppies, because our mod Spiffy would be really sad. You don't hate my dog, do you?
Oh no, I don't hate. I mean, dogs especially. My girlfriend has a dog called Stevie, and it's a girl. So like, because her name's Stevie, as soon as like people meet her, they're like, Oh, he's beautiful, and she gets misgendered so much. It's a shame, but
Okay.
she's really cool.
So it's a she. The name with she/he because the name like she her.
No.
So, like,
Yeah, her pronouns are she her.
yeah,
She's really cool.
she,
I
her,
mean,
yeah.
you'll probably see a photo of her on my Instagram or
You
something.
can
She's
go on,
such a cool
make
guy.
her an Instagram page is she her.
Oh no, I can't do that because like if we're talking about things I hate, boy, people who make Instagram for their pets, we know the pet doesn't speak English. We know that, and we know you know that. Don't insult anybody's intelligence. We know it doesn't speak English. The thing doesn't even have thumbprints. How's it going to unlock the phone in the first place? Are you off your head? They don't even have thumbs, never mind the prints thereupon. And then if we move past that weird obstacle, why would a dog go on social media? Other dogs don't have it. They don't care what humans are up to. Other life is what humans are up to. Sorry, and I feel like this is what the format's going to end up being, is just a subject matter comes up and I'll just rant about it for like 5 minutes.
I need a minute. Oh,
You're gonna kill Joe now. Joe's gonna die.
oh my
I know
god,
you-
that's so smart. It's so intelligent. Like I could see like the guy going facts. like oh my god, that's so true. Because on Instagram I follow a parrot named Twinkie, which is awesome.
What the heck?
The thing is, parrots we know can speak English. They're onto us.
Yeah, Twinkie
You hear-
the guy.
You hear that, Spiffy? You have to make Rook a Facebook
I tell
page.
her that all the time, and she goes, it goes in one ear, it literally goes one ear and right out the other because it's not.
Rook
Yeah,
has to
I
have it.
tell her.
See, speaking about parrots, man, I seen a tweet and it made me really think. Imagine being the first ever person to hear a parrot talk. Like, you would have thought you were absolutely mental. Like,
Yeah.
what would it have said?
Yeah.
Something pirate-like, I would imagine, eh?
It's like ever so Spiffy's parrot sings. What's that song it sings? Oh, take me out to the ball game.
It says charge.
Sings charge.
It sings
I
sexy.
keep telling him to teach the parrot September.
It sings the Andy Griffin show.
Andy Griffith theme. I almost sang September. We would have got copyright strike right there.
Care Bear's just dying in the chat right now. It's like so much hate from Jason. He makes Darth Maul look innocent.
Oh, I'll take that. He's actually my favourite Sith Lord. Well, Sith Apprentice, but whatever. He's my favourite dark side guy, so thank you. I will take that. I hate you.
Black Hood be like,
be blessed with a wee I hate you.
Darth Maul's not evil.
Geek
Oh,
cries
yes.
when we say bad guys. No, Geek is the king of the heels on this podcast.
Darth Maul's not evil. He's not an evil guy.
Yes, I mean, right. It depends how much of the media you watch. Because see, if you actually watch at the very end, like when he actually properly unalives, then you kind of think he might have been convinced for a wee second at the very end. But apart from that, he's a raging wee guy. He's pure angry about stuff. And I don't know what else I can say. He's just a very angry wee... Why am I saying... It sounds like I'm doing like a school teacher's report about Darth Maul. He's very angry and he doesn't really like maths.
He doesn't.
Or math for the Americans, sorry. I forgot you don't pluralize it.
Yeah, you don't.
Why do you... why do you Americans like spell words different and it's such random words?
The word what?
Like, right, so like for example, in America you spell colour COLOR.
Yeah.
We spell it COLOUR.
You are? Okay. We
Yeah.
spelled things wrong.
It's different.
Well, I mean, I think historically the British were like the whole American independence thing, so probably we spelt it that way first. It's not really wrong, it's just different, but yeah, wrong, and it's your fault.
I always feel bad whenever see, boom, you killed me.
But no, that was my fault. It was because I stood on the charger.
I always feel bad whenever I send her like little spiel that like making a promo, I'm always afraid that one person's going to be like when we had a female wrestler from the UK. They went to a really high-end college. They're gonna read my spiel that I'm supposed to send for them to do a promo, and then be like, "This is all misspelled, and you guys can't spell." I'm gone. Be like, me.
Oh no, because to be fair, I'm not that great at spelling anyway, so I'll probably get some of them in the American way and spell them that way.
I guess it's been great so far, man.
It's awesome.
I'm so glad you came back, Jason.
And it's so cool because you're representing.
Yeah,
it's so fun to have you back, Jason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think this actually may be I done a quiz appearance for Scottish Wrestling Network, but I think this is actually the first 1-to-2 podcast I've done since being back.
Yeah. Wow.
You got to talk to our buddy Woods again. See if he'll have you back on.
Oh, I would absolutely love to talk to him. I mean, I still check in with him from time to time, so it's all good. I miss him though. It's been too long.
He's a good dude. He's
good friends with Aisha Raymond, and I knew her from the previous school I was at. She sometimes coached there and done the shows, so we know each other through her as well.
We've been getting a lot of Aisha's students from her school.
Oh, she's fantastic, man. I don't go to her school, but I've trained with her a bit and done a few shows with her. And that she's fantastic, and she's so nice, man. She's one of the nicest people I've met in wrestling.
Scary in the ring, though.
I've never really met anyone that's horrible in wrestling, but she's probably up there with the nicest.
Yeah, scary in the ring, though. Really scary in the ring.
But terrifying. It was actually funny. We were both kind of fulfilling a similar role on the show. Is that she was kind of being like a heavy, like a kind of muscle for somebody, and I was doing it for somebody else. And we were both just standing backstage, and I'm just like, "So what are you gonna do for the show?" And she was like, "Stand like this." What are you gonna do? And I was like, "I stand like that." So that was all we done that show.
Yeah.
We just had a female wrestler from her school named Katya.
Oh yeah, no, that's I think I've met her at a couple of shows. I've not seen her wrestle though, unfortunately. Hopefully,
that's nasty, dude.
Jason, yeah, nasty chop.
Nasty chop.
Dude, I got scared when I saw that chop. I was like, "Oh!" I told her in cat terms, I now have 8 lives by watching that chop.
LKS is awesome, isn't that right, Jason? I'm trying to know who LKS is.
Oh, that's Luke King Sharp. He runs the place I'm training. Luke King Sharp is very much awesome. He's fantastic. And I don't know why he's not on every TV screen in the world, because he's the most entertaining guy. Him and his tag partner, Krieger, as well. They're both fantastic. The stuff they're doing in ICW in his class. But yes, I will happily put over Luz at any opportunity I get. Because I am a little bitch boy. No, I'm joking, but...
No,
I'll still happily do that. I'm a nice guy, and he pays me well for
it. Jason, I have to ask you a question. Have you ever considered doing comedy or not? Because you're, man, average.
Briefly, I did briefly, but then my pal Jordan started doing it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to be the guy that copied Jordan. Not happening. So, no, Jordan does it. If you're ever in Glasgow and see Jordan Bryce performing some comedy, then go see him. I don't know when he's doing it next, though, so I don't even have any shows for him to plug, unfortunately.
Because you're awesome, by the way, so that's why, you know.
Thank you. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I say that in the mirror every morning. Except for the day, I had a bad mirror day the day because I had to trim this down. I was trying to grow it out a bit, to then go and get some shape to it. But I'm a weak little man, and I trimmed it. I'm a coward, and I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
Any further questions?
I got the all clear to grow my beard back again, but I'm kind of worried because it ruins the whole thing of just the mustache on the podcast.
Well, what you can do, I was scrolling through some stuff and seen a video about this. See if you just get a little stubble everywhere else, it makes the mustache look better, apparently. Yeah. Although I don't know, because I have one of those weird Post Malone 2 little sausage dogs kissing sort of mustaches, where it's they're in different zip codes on either side of my lip. Oh, see, that is a fine mustache.
Yep.
I feel like a guy for the 1800s, which is a fine mustache.
Yes, big Mr. Handlebars now.
Oh, one of my pals is actually just he's just getting his motorbike license, motorcycle license, I should say. He's just got that, and he's pure looking at like absolute hogs. He's like, my first bike. Am I going to get a wee low speed one? Absolutely not. He's pure trying to find Harleys and stuff. He's like having a midlife crisis at 25. But I love it.
Now he's got to tell me. Now you got to grow that Rick Steiner mustache.
I definitely don't have that in me. My beard growth is. Look at all this nonsense. See, it's just. I'm pretty sure I stopped puberty at like 15 and then just didn't complete it yet. I tried in a new game or something.
My barber always gets me mad
every
time he's
high
like,
voice. It's weird.
You want your mustache? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, you mean like you want your Hogan mustache? I was like, what? Rick Steiner. I don't want Hogan. No.
See, speaking of Rick Steiner, obviously his son. I didn't even know this, but his original name for working in NXT was Rex Steiner. That's so much better.
Yeah.
That's like tons better, man. Now I'm like upset at the name Braun Breaker. He's really good, but I'm not behind his name.
I don't
Braun
like
Breaker's not bad.
I get so offended when I hear that. I'm like, I get so mad. I'm like, your name's not Braun Breaker. It's freaking Braun Steiner. No. What are you wrong with you?
I know. I don't remember when Scott and Rick Breaker were breaking tag divisions in half.
Yeah.
No, it never happened.
Yeah. Then when did the Steiner brothers be called the Breaker Brothers?
It's short. I need to write a letter to somebody. A strongly worded letter, which has lots of exclamation points and perhaps some capital letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my plan. I don't know who the letter's going to, but they'll be getting it.
Yeah.
So, have you seen any movies recently, Jason, or?
I've seen so many movies, and if we've got 42 minutes into this podcast, it's going to go for hours now because I can sit and talk about these for ages. Right. So, firstly, I seen Bullet Train the other day, which is so good. I don't know why not everybody has seen this. It's like all these assassins on a train. It's so good, and if you've not seen it, find it, see it. It's very good. But then I've seen Nope as well, and that's
Nope is good.
I didn't like it.
I know the mod hated it. The mod
did not stand it.
She said that was the stupidest movie I've ever seen, and I was like,
"What is it? Like the acting was good, the suspense they built was everything was good in that sense, but then it's like the payoff of the film is it just looks like a big plastic bag just floating in the air, and then it eats a cowboy and explodes. No, for me. But then I also seen Black Phone, the Ethan Hawke one, the newer one. That is tremendous. That's
scary.
It's more like tense. I would say it's more of a thriller than a horror, but it's really good. Like it's so good. And also the twist is like up there with the Sixth Sense banging.
Yeah, so it's that scary. All right. I gotta see it. It's on Peacock now, so I gotta go. Everyone says you have to see the Black Phone, so I gotta go and watch it. But
see, we don't have Peacock over here, but it sounds like if you use the VPN, but I'm not sponsored by any, so I'll not be telling you how to do so.
You don't have Peacock. How do you watch IWC? The one that's
W Network. W Network.
ICW. It's on WWE Network over here still.
Okay.
But see, they actually did have a streaming service before. It was called ICW On Demand. I don't know if that's still active, but I don't imagine it would be. But there was that before as well.
Yeah, I'm upset about that. They took all the UK like promotions and they say, okay, you guys are all going to be on either Peacock or WWE Network now, and it's kind of disbanded. You know what I mean?
There's a few wrestlers that we've been trying to reach out to from the promotion from Scotland. I forgot his name. I can't think of the wrestler's name, but we've been trying.
What does it look like? I should figure it out.
No, we're not live. I don't want to say names. I want to be like this guy, and then this guy comes and tells his friend, and
I'll find them. I'll beat them up. It's fine. I'm sorry.
We do have wrestlers in the chat. We do have wrestlers in the chat. I don't know if you know Ian from the SAT's promotion.
I don't know. But Halloween. Would
Yeah.
you like to fight? I'm up for fighting.
Oh gosh, have you ever heard of the wrestling stable, the SATs, Jason?
No, is that an American?
Jet SATs is one of the biggest stables in America, and they're the ones that invented the Spanish Fly and the Canadian Destroyer. Yeah,
I invented the headlock.
headlock. Oh,
Aye.
there you go.
I invented wrist lock. That was mine. The 619. That was me. Kick. I also made punch and stomp.
Oh
These are all
man,
things that I invented.
he
They
says he's
have
gonna knock.
nothing on me.
He's challenging you now. He says he's gonna come to Scotland to block your block off.
See, there you go. I mean, honestly, if the guy comes to Scotland, that would be nice. No, it would be nice for somebody to make the effort. Because none of my foreign friends come and visit. Probably because there was a pandemic, to be fair.
He's challenging you over, so there you go.
I've been dying. Me and Geek have been talking about this for months. Like we should go to the UK. And like the one thing
there's so many good shows up here.
Oh my god, yes. I heard so many good ones. Like, everything. There's a young female wrestler that's been helping us promote our episodes, and I'll give her a post and she'll post it on her Instagram.
Uh-huh.
There's one that she sent us videos from England. The show was free. You just have to show up and sit down.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I was like, I told her, I sent her the crying emoji, why is America so mean? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, there's some
Americans are
promotion.
too capitalist for that.
It's some promotion for $10 in other states, and I'm like,
when I went to a show, I'm not going to say a name, the day after my birthday, the promotion cost me ringside seats for 2 tickets. I'm not going to say how much, but it was a lot. I'll say the price. For 2 tickets, it was $100.
Oh,
it's an indie show. Yeah.
If the venue was big and there was good names on it, I suppose, but I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I think there isn't like a lot of cost goes into running a wrestling show, so like I get it. But like I've wrestled in front of crowds where there was like 18 people there, and I doubt they made any money. And like 99% of wrestlers are going to put in as much effort, like to either show anyway. Like so, both wrestling shows are going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a company I used to do it, and they didn't get big crowds in. They sometimes would fill small places, and like see, instead of tables, they just had doors with table legs on them that never broke, and they were agony to go into. So like, if that's your thing, you can get that over here.
Mm-hmm. So like, what's your opinion? What's your opinion on doors?
Doors?
Yeah, instead of using tables, because now independent wrestling.
Instead of using tables, yeah, because that happened. Hellish, agonizing, very painful. Especially because like the one time when I was doing it, it was someone rolled off, and I was coming down on it from a top rope move, and like I didn't have enough placement myself. I just like the corner part of it just like scraped up my back, and then I fell forward. And then the table fell onto the back of my legs as well, so it was like twice it hurt. Don't you just get a table? Like tables aren't that expensive. I mean, I feel like you could get a table for cheaper than you could get a door, surely.
And it's funny. I was joking with Geek one time on the phone because you know how pretty much I said there's people that weren't wrestling fans at a barbecue like last month and before that. I said the term TLC is dying, and they're like, "What?" And Geek said this, and I said this. Take the name from the video game. Just call it a DLC match.
Doors, ladders, and chairs.
Just call it a DLC match. Because, come on.
No, I'm behind that. That's a class idea, and I might, in fact, try and make that come to life one day.
DLC, because the TLC, they're not making those wood tables anymore. Wrestlers are getting really hurt.
Jason, you need to say DLC match. sponsored by Dudes at Ringside Podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
You've all just seen me. It's my idea. It was my idea the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad you acknowledged such. But I'll remember you when I've got all the money and all the houses and so many cross trainers.
Yeah, cross trainer. He's gonna
That's
put a
like a
sticker
sign
on
of
the
being
table.
rich.
So when he throws, when he goes the guy through the table, he's gonna go. Remember this. Follow Dudes at Ringside.
Right through the table.
Right through the table. Now we're
I will rep very hard every match.
Move the sticker before it gets messed up and just throw the guy through the table.
No, because that's another thing about using doors, right? It's a table. The wood is one piece of wood. A door is two pieces of wood with a support beam around it and like slots to support the door. It's kind of hard. It's so hard to go through. F tables. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, so I just took the safe route there. Even though I probably have sworn like 4 times already, but if I have, I apologize.
Like
it's okay.
There was one that I saw a guy got hurt really bad going through like the tables now, the plastic ones. He went through the table and the support beam hit him like a stinger. Like
remember, Joe, I am the table.
Yeah. Oh, I love those videos, man. I love his podcast with Cultaholic as well. It's class.
Yeah.
But so what is it now? I am the door. Ring. I am the door. Ring, ring.
They could play a song by the Doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am the door. Ring, ring.
If I hear within a few months that they change the name of the TLC pay-per-view to DLC, I'm losing my mind.
Oh, I'll be there in court to testify. I was here on this day.
Yes.
If they thought that the Johnny Depp trial was catching headlines, wait till you see this one.
Yes. But Geek will have to go to. This is the reason why we would have to go to the UK to go to a court case.
No, I can just fly over there. It's America's much. Well, I was going to say America's much nicer than here, but it's pretty much. They're pretty much the same, but with different accents.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Imagine, Geek. They're like, Jason's like, guys. I don't want to alert you, but you're gonna have to come to the UK for a court case. We're like, what? But you have to defend your name in court. They kind of don't believe you guys said it.
They stole your idea for the DLC match.
What? Geekums, get them. I'll be like, I'll toss you for Geek said it first. I didn't say it. I love the UK.
See, I've been having this. So, like, I've been playing like loads of video games recently, and one of them that I've probably been playing the most is Dead by Daylight. I don't know if you've heard it. And I don't know what the match concept would be, but I know for a fact I can come up with a concept for a Dead by Daylight match. I just don't know what it is. But it'll come to me, and then I'll pitch it to somebody, and they'll say, "Shut up, Jason, you're stupid," and I'll agree.
Oh, I could think of one like have like bunch of doors, all like they're lined up like flat, and there will be different things behind the doors to grab. Like you go to one door, it'll have like barbed wire behind the door. You have to ding the doorbell, and the door will unlock. And it could be
so
like
this is like a game show now.
Yes, yes.
And then like if you. Right, we can brainstorm this. It's going to be a live podcast, a live brainstorming session, and I am there for it. Right. No, but then, how would you make that into a match? How are they going to pin somebody?
Oh! You could pin him in the middle of the wherever you are in the house or the building.
Oh, so like that. What was the Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton match?
Yes, like the House of Horrors, whatever.
The House of Horrors, right? It'd be like a House of Horrors match.
It's similar to Houses of Horrors, or you could make it similar to like a Falls Count Anywhere match.
See, but then it might just get too close to being a Falls Count Anywhere. Although that's a concept for a match that I've always wanted to do. I've just never been in one. But I'd love to do a Falls Count Anywhere match. You get so creative with that.
Yeah. My favorite part of a Falls Count Anywhere match that you can actually Like if I'm playing 2K, I always pick a falls count anywhere match with my guy, and I love going through the barricade, just like spearing a guy right through the barricade. Like,
see, I usually don't pick a false count anywhere, just because it tends to be that I'll usually just go to the car park or the parking lot,
yeah,
and then just pin them there, and it'll be the same match every single time. So I try not to do that. I try to stick to I like to play Royal Rumbles on 2K.
Yeah, we could call it in your house.
In your house. There you go. In your house.
It's like somebody gets mad. You put them through the sink or something like that, the kitchen sink.
But then it would need to have the theme of like an 80s game show then. Like with really campy music and stuff. That's a weird pastime I have. Is it like I love watching just random episodes of like 80s game shows.
What's your favorite 80s game show, you'd say?
There is one in the UK. Well, it was in the UK, and it was called Strike It Lucky. But the reason I like Strike It Lucky is because the host is funny. But then I found out that the host got kind of cancelled because there was like a body floating in his pool or something.
What?
Allegedly. I don't know if that's... No, I think it's confirmed that it was floating in his pool, but he had nothing to do with it or something. I don't know, but it freaked me out, and now I can't watch it through the same cheerful lens.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Jeez.
Poor guys had a person floating in their pool.
It's alright to have a person float in your pool so long as they stop floating and get up and walk away eventually.
Yeah.
Ian says he's coming to Scotland. He's like, challenge accepted. And it's like...
Nice. Prepare yourself for really bad weather. You'll never get to me. I live in a house. And it's constantly rain here, so I practically live in a waterfall, my guy. But you're very welcome to Scotland. We've had quite a lot of international talent in recently, actually. In fact, at the Lou King Sharp School tonight, there was a CWE guy from over in... He's American, but he wrestled in China for a while, called Buffer. He is fantastic. I was just watching him like doing training and stuff. He is phenomenal.
Cool. That's awesome. Man. This interview has been so friggin' awesome, man. You've been awesome, Jason, you know?
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back, man. I'm honestly, every time I do an interview, I tend to be like at the kind of... There comes a mark where like the interviewer's like, "Oh, you sure you're right to keep going?" I'm like, I will never stop talking. But it's very weird as well, because like I'm actually quite introverted. I don't really talk to people. I don't like them. Yeah. I hate them, you could say.
Ding.
Because like, look at them, man. Come on. Have you seen some of the like? I walked up this like lane into my house today, and I seen 9 people all wearing the same clothes, but like not like a costume or that. They were just dressed the same. That's weird, people.
I would have yelled out "cold" and then ran and locked the doors.
I was gonna throw eggs at them, but I didn't have eggs on me. I don't carry them.
Man, you should definitely come to America, man, Jason, one day. I know you said you went once for WrestleMania, but you know.
Oh, I've been to America like 6 times, man. Usually it's just for like 2 weeks in a villa in Florida, but I've been to other places in America, and it made me realise that Florida and America are 2 different things entirely.
Yeah.
Like Florida man, like you know the whole Florida man thing. Yeah. That is not a gimmick. Florida man is real, and it is every single man from Florida. Florida men are mental, absolutely off their head. Everybody from Florida is absolutely cooked. And like, not even in a bad way. It's like, see how people that were being nice, they were being nice in such an intense way that I was like, that's really lovely. You're this close to killing me. Like, just punching me right in the head. It's a tension, boys, I tell you.
That's the scary part about Florida. Everybody's so extra nice. I'm like, am I being set up over here? What is...
Are we about to get robbed?
Exactly. It's like they're being so nice, and you're like, what's the catch here? Is this gonna turn into like Hostel Part 7 or whatever number they're on now?
They're gonna lock the doors. Mafioso, has to give their wallet. You make my wallet.
Oh, actually, I did something else did happen while I've been away. I got like some like weird tattoos. But like I don't know if I showed you this the last time, but I have Squirtle dressed as Jason Voorhees now.
Oh God!
And I say like my flatmate, I just like went to him. I was like, choose my next tattoo, whatever you want, I'll get it. And he chose Charmander dressed as Freddy Krueger.
What?
And and just by sheer chance, it makes sense because Jason, Camp Crystal Lake, water, Squirtle, and then Freddy, he's all burned, so Charmander. But the only other real killer I could get to complete the set is Michael Myers, and he just would look weird on a Bulbasaur.
Yeah, the mask be all up in the air.
Pikachu's a starter too, because in the original games you could choose as Pikachu. He's a secret starter. There's an idea.
That goes hard.
Really
a wee Michael Myers mask with like the ears sticking out or onto something.
Yes.
What? That'd be so cute. With a little butcher knife in his hand and he's sitting there like he's all happy.
I've just realised I went out of shot there. I got a new chair and it's really comfy. And I keep lying way too far back in it.
Oh,
right. That's an idea. So somebody sent me the idea of, not idea. I saw this on Facebook of Groot dressed as Venom. I sent it to Joe.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, don't let Disney see this. They may run with it. That's all I can think.
I mean, I don't know actually if I have any other like weird tattoos like that. I do have one that I can't get up on screen because it's just too awkward an angle. But it's you know how you get earthworms? Like just like a plain earthworm. It's one of them, but with a wee spacesuit on, so it's a space worm. Nobody laughs at that, but it's okay. I love him. He's I think I named him Wilbur when it got done. But this was done. I don't recommend anybody does this. But like, I just let my girlfriend tattoo me. Like, we're just at my house, and she was like, "Can I tattoo you?" I was like, "Aye, space worm, do it." So now I have a space worm.
Man, this interview is great.
If you're thinking about getting tattooed, please go to a trained professional. Do as I say, not as I do. I am stupid.
Yeah.
That seems like a beautiful closing message, doesn't it? Like, I am stupid. Bye.
Kidding.
No,
man, I still think this interview was awesome, by the way, Jason, man. We wish you'd come back in the future, man. Hopefully you're all healed up and you come back to the ring.
Oh yeah, man. Anytime you want me on, I'll be happy to come back. I don't mind doing any podcast.
Someone cancels on us. He's gonna be like, "Here, take the link. Come now." Like.
Well, actually, I did try and do that because I was at that party and I had to like try and run home, but I never made it back in time when there was the last occasion. So I was like, I'll come back on now and then that'll make that up to everybody.
Yeah.
I felt bad with our technical difficulties. I was going.
I know this is attempt number 3, but we got it, man. I mean, I don't know if anybody can even tell the setup, but like I've had to charge my spare phone. Like, not even my spare phone. I don't have a spare phone. It's like my old phone that I've just not got rid of. So I just charged that, and for some reason it works on that. So that's what we're doing it on just now. I think it's the same phone actually we done the last one.
Yeah, it's just a podcast phone now.
That's it. That's just the one I use for. Well, there's a podcast studio that's just opened up near me, so my own podcast will no longer be filmed in my house.
Oh wow!
Wow.
But it's a cool wee studio, man, and whether I do a video podcast, I don't know, because some days, man, I just like the best part of doing it in the house was that I didn't need to put trousers on. I mean, I have shorts on right now. I'll just stress that, but I mean, like, I didn't need to get ready and go and look good. I just looked like this.
Yeah. So hopefully, just let us know when you're going to go back to podcasting, if anything, because I would love to see more podcasts.
We're already thinking about next year, so we're going to try to do another podcast month. So we'd have you come on make the first interview for podcast month, make it Jason again. So
He's going to have me on as much as you want. I mean, As long as I'm nothing but ratings, that's all that's important. If I'm
Jason
not bringing
equals
numbers,
ratings.
I'm not bringing it.
Oh, we brought it today. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't
That's
worry.
all right then. That's good. I'm happy with that. As long as everybody knows how good I am. See, that's the thing. Is I was actually speaking to one of my friends earlier, and I was like, I'm going on a podcast tonight. I guarantee you, I will not talk anything. Like, I'll talk about wrestling for maybe 10% of it, and then the rest of it's just going to be me rambling utter nonsense. And I was right. I'm psychic. So up there.
That's probably why me, you, and Joe, we all work great together, because we all ramble about just, I hate to say it, bullshit.
I used to
random.
That's exactly what it is, man. It's like, the way I see it is like, I have a lot of useless, pointless, stupid information, but I also love talking about it. So that's 99% of what I talk about. And then I just get very impassioned about it.
Yeah. You bring the comedy out.
That's what you do. You gotta be passionate about something, you know?
Certainly. I mean, I've actually just got into the habit now, because I kept every other podcast I want to back and see, I talk with my hands a lot, and like apparently that's not good on camera because it just looks all wavy and flappy. So I've had to try and stop doing that for this one, because my God, I watched one previously to be like, I'll see if this phone works all right with sound settings, blah blah blah. And I watched one of the older ones I was on, and I'm flapping about like a maniac. I've just started talking again, ranting about something else that matters 0%. Well, to be fair, it's something I hate, so we can add it into that category.
I mean, I flap my hands a lot too when I talk, but that's part of it, because you're doing motions. You know what I mean? Your emotions.
Oh, see in person, all bets are off, man. Like if somebody's standing too close to me when I'm talking, the hands are moving. Sometimes it looks like some weird sort of contemporary dance piece.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just be like, flap my boot and like slap somebody I'm talking to and feel terrible for like 3 seconds and then laugh at them because they get slapped.
Yeah.
I've seen some interesting things. I'll be talking to someone and then like I'll say something and they're like, "What? Why are your hands moving like that?" I'm like, "Italian. Sorry, Italian." As I can never walk past an orchestra that's doing a full orchestra thing. I'll be like, when I said,
is it not that one's for the Italian where you just like do that all the time?
Yeah. Like that's my alternate favorite emoji, the hand like that.
Do you know what's really funny as well is that you could actually tell that you do that more Italian than me, because I had it all like clunky and weird looking, and you're like, flip.
That's my alternate favorite emoji is the hand like this.
My phone doesn't even have that emoji, and I love it because it looks so posh and fancy. I keep doing it now. Like, honorary Italian tonight.
You need to wrestle in Italy. They have some awesome wrestlers in Italy.
Oh yeah.
Never know, man.
So I actually watched an old podcast once, and what happened was, I didn't realize I was using my hand motions, right? And what happened was, and then I said to myself, "Why am I doing that?" And I said to myself, "Why am I doing that?" And I say, "You know what? I don't give a shit anymore, because you know why? Because it looks cool. That's it,
It just makes me look dead flaky and erratic. Oh, we might have a noise bump. I live right next to a train track, so there's like occasional noises going past.
Yeah.
So, this is something cool that I like asking people for other places actually. What's like the local ghost story for where you're from?
Ooh.
You want to go?
I got a good one. You go first.
Oh, you want me to go first? There's a couple of haunted places by me. You have to. It's something called Katie's. You have to look it up. Katie's in Smithtown.
Is it like a venue?
It's a pub.
Yeah.
It's a pub.
It sounds mad hearing Americans say pub. I thought you called it bar.
We're so
we're so because if I said it,
so many people in the UK, we're starting to morph our words and
vocabulary.
Sound like the UK.
Yeah, so it's.
See, sometimes because I've got friends and relations with all different accents. There's times where there's certain words will slip through in one of their accents if I talk to them for too long.
Yeah.
specifically Irish because I'm like Irish.
Yeah. So this place is actually haunted because there's a ghost that goes there. His name is Charlie the ghost, and he actually, you know the soda gun. You heard of the soda gun, right? So the soda gun, it floats by itself, and it's been on the camera floating by itself. And then there's there's been weird face creatures in the background caught on camera.
Fair play, man. That's better than mine. Mine's is just a wee woman that tries to make cars hit her.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just there's a particular road up to this church, and it's one of the like it's very rare here that you'll see a church that actually has a graveyard attached to it. Like you know, sometimes in like old American movies, you see like the small graveyard in the church kind of yard part.
Yeah.
It's one of them, and there's a wee road up to it, and loads of people said that they've seen the woman running as if she's trying to get hit by a car because there was a very famous reported case of a woman doing that, apparently after finding out that her husband had been doing things with other people.
Yeah.
He'd been at the nasty.
There's a lot of churches here in America that have graveyards attached to them.
Yeah, see, the closest graveyard to me has a church attached to it, but it just so happens to be where the church is. It's a church of a different religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you have any ghost stories or a haunted place?
I live in a small town, like one light town, and there's a restaurant that's in the town called the Dimmick that's been there for like years. Burnt down. They rebuilt it back in the old days, and there's like a ghost that it's in the building that they put all the forks on one of those platters.
Yeah.
And it was the platters a certain way that no forks could fall off, no knives could fall off. The knives and forks they have it on camera, floated up in the air and just fell right off.
That's freaky, man.
How do you explain that?
I don't know. See, I find ghost stories like really interesting, but I don't even know if I believe in ghosts. It's like some things are just impossible to explain, but like I don't know. It's there's every answer you get just opens up like 10 more questions. It's so confusing.
Yeah. There's another one called Brush Hollow Road by me. I don't know if you heard of Joe's.
Oh, I think I was on the road one day with somebody. It was you.
Brush Hollow Road. It's like there used to be somebody who hung themselves, and you see it on like foggy and spooky nights.
See, there was a part like a bit of woods behind my old house actually, and there was like a period of like I think 2 months where like 6 young boys all took their life in there in this same stretch of forest, and it's only like we're talking like 100 yards, and like I remember there was like it was weird. There was a local newspaper that had like put like cursed with a question mark in it. I felt like I was in the 1800s, like there was going to be a witch hunt for the witch that cursed the lands.
Jeez. Have any more ghost stories, Joe, or no?
There's a bigger building that's in my town that used to be an orphanage for people with disabilities. And they say if you go in the basement at night, you could hear. It sounds weird to say this, and it sounds like a joke, but you could hear the sound of like kids doing that scary, like coal cough.
Oh yeah.
Because a kid died in the basement, suffocated in the coal. Like you could hear the coughs.
If you're into like scary stuff, right? There's this really cool thing. There is an island off of Italy called Poveglia, and you're not allowed to go there because basically there is the bodies buried there of plague victims, so the plague is alive in the soil, and you can like catch the bubonic plague. But they done like a episode of some sort of ghost hunting show, and like there's some amount of ghost stories for this place. It's so cool. You should look it up, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else or any more or anything? No, I mean like any other ghost stories or.
I got nothing else. I got no other ghost stories.
See, I've just seen every horror movie in the world, but I don't really. I should have more. Like, I know loads, but like I've never had any weird experience. In fact, my mum was actually telling me about this the other night. She when she was like young, she was staying over at a friend's house when she was like 17. And this friend's brother, who was like maybe 15 at the time, him and a bunch of his friends were doing a Ouija board. And then my mum and her friend found out. They snuck into the room they were doing it in and hid behind a piano. And then when the people started doing all the Ouija board stuff, they started throwing books at them. And then they stood up, and these like 4 guys had all ran out the house and down the street because they thought my mum was a ghost.
Oh God.
She's not. She's very much a person.
Anything else, Geekums?
Yeah. I mean, I think we covered everything. You have anything else, Jason, or you want any upcoming shows or?
No. I've not took any bookings yet until I'm 100% back with because like I'm medically cleared, but I have been out of the ring for 10 months, so I've got a bit of. Honestly, I just need to remember how to wrestle. That's just a small task of remembering how to wrestle. No, that I was that great at it before. So no, I'm probably. No, I would just say keep an eye on the Twitter, which should be in the handle somewhere here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, down the bottom, right there.
Right there. Somewhere there. And so if you follow that, then you will be able to keep up to date with when the podcast comes back, any other fun stuff I'm doing, or weird thoughts that I have at late hours at night.
So are you gonna? You gonna follow people, or are you not gonna follow people?
if people follow me, I'll always follow back. Unless like to be fair, I always follow back. But then if I follow somebody and their feed is just so annoying, I'll be like, nah, I'm unfollowing you. I'm sorry. So that's why there's like a slight discrepancy in the follower count. But no, I pretty much always follow people back.
I check before I start following because it could be like one of those fake. I'm a person.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, I know.
I'll accept them as well. I for one welcome our AI overlords.
All right.
I'm just saying that so that they can check their records when they take over the world and see that I was cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. We want to thank you again for coming back on the podcast, Jason.
More than happy to, man. Thank you for having me.
All right. I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Joe Panther the Third.
I'm Jason Hyde. The Hellhound Jason Hyde. Sorry, I forgot my own nickname. And you've been watching Dudes at Ringside.
We will catch you in the next one.